another impressive victory there to Richmond, which buries the Demons but keeps them within reach of the finals. Well, we've had a shock announcement in Aussie rules this week, with coach Malcolm Blight resigning from the Crows. And that heads our news update.
The football world was rocked this week when Adelaide Crows coach Malcolm Blight resigned, effective at the end of the season.
Malcolm Blight in football and playing and coaching is over.
Blight says he's tired and needs a break from football after more than 30 years as a player, commentator and coach. That won't deter Collingwood from sounding him out for their vacant coach's post, though. Whether Blight is adamant he's not interested. Port Power's Nathan Eagleton will undergo heart surgery after he collapsed on the field during last week's game against Essendon. He suffers from Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is an abnormality of the heart, causing an irregularity, which caused him to faint. Incredibly, he could be back in as little as 2 weeks. Hawthorn young gun Trent Crode has re-signed with the club at $200,000 a season for 2 years, as the Hawks try and secure their crop of emerging stars. And umpire Peter Carey will officiate in his 300th game this week. Despite causing controversy in the game between Fremantle and St Kilda, he took his first mark in top-level football.
Centering kick, and the mark has been taken by umpire Carey.
That is unbelievable.
If you'd like to be part of the studio audience for Seven's game show All-Star Squares this Thursday, please call 96965612 for tickets. That's 96965612.
Hey man, you need an advanced hair check.
A what?
Yeah, find out whether or not you have a hair loss.
Osnett, Malvern, Ringwood, Frankston, Moonee Ponds and Geelong West.
As a kid, I dreamt of winning Olympic gold. Each year, 30,000 young Australians have their dreams taken away by child abuse. It can leave emotional scars that last a lifetime. Australians Against Child Abuse needs your support to continue its work in developing counselling and research centres for abused children. Join me as an Australian Against Child Abuse. Please donate now and help give abused children back their dreams.
The healthiest way to live is close to nature. Palmolive Natural Shampoo uses natural ingredients like chamomile, aloe vera and jojoba to make your hair feel so au natural. Palmolive Naturals, softer, beautiful hair naturally.
Over the last 30 years, we've helped millions of people sell anything and everything for next to nothing. In this week's Trading Post, you'll find Pulsars from $14,990 at Ferntree Gully Nissan. Pentium 3 450 Gamers Delight, $1,600 from Centacom, the computer specialist. Brand new leather recliners from $695 at Just Sofas and Chairs, South Yarra. As you can see, we've got serious bargains too. The Melbourne Trading Post. Anything goes every Thursday.
The awesome V8 Supercars, heartbeat of Australia. The speed and intensity of Round 8 of the Shell Championship Series explodes at Calder Park, the centre of Australian motorsport. See Johnson in his farewell tour clash with Lowndes, and Seaton battle for supremacy in his hot AU Falcon. Be there for the speed, the heat, the noise, and all the non-stop action. The V8 Supercars racing on Saturday and Sunday, Calder Park, July 23rd to 25th. Get amongst it.
Well, now that you know what's going on around the place, let's take a closer look at Malcolm Blight, the South Australian who became a national football legend.
Not over yet. What drama here at Princes Park?
As a player, Malcolm Blight did it all. Premierships with North Melbourne in 1975 and 1977. A Brownlow medal in 1978. A century of goals in 1982. There wasn't much he hadn't done. Then he turned his hand to coaching, heading to Geelong. 3 times he guided the Cats to the grand final. 3 times he was denied the ultimate glory.
Nothing. He's done it before, hasn't he, Malcolm Blight?
A 2-year break rekindled his interest. In 1997, he took on the coach's post with Adelaide. In his first year, he tasted the only success that had eluded him.
To the Adelaide Crows.
Last year, against everyone's expectations, he did it again.
Very sharp angle, but you can guess the result.
Great stuff, isn't it? Malcolm Blight, gentleman, one of the greatest footballers of all time, and now surely one of the great coaches ever. They've been to Perth, to Melbourne, to Sydney, to Melbourne, and they've come back.
In 1999, though, his interest has waned. The fire is not in the belly anymore, and he's decided to bow out gracefully.
Yes, Blighty's certainly one of the greats. But while the Crows try and recover from the shock announcement, let's take a look at the other matches which made up round 16.
The Adelaide Crows journeyed to a ground where the Western Bulldogs have never beaten them, the MCG. And a first quarter blitz had it looking like things would stay that way.
And kicks a goal. Clears the 50, but only the opposition. Costa used to be a teammate. Off to Hart. Ben Hart, the defender. Great goal.
With the crowd making obvious their sentiments regarding the coach, the Crows opened up a 40-point lead by three-quarter time.
This for their 5th goal of the quarter. And he steers it through.
But the Western Bulldogs weren't done yet.
Of the quarter. It bounces to Hudson. He concedes ground to Powell. Stephen Powell's been a good player this year. He approaches the 50, goes long. Great kick. That's a really good goal. Just what they needed. And interesting, last week Wine had 37 hit-outs around the ground. Dimartina's kick. Good work by Hudson. So Hudson from 35 metres, another one for the Dogs.
Bit by bit, they started to make the impossible seem within reach.
Go down as one of the all-time classics in AFL commentary. Cook goes short. Rowan Smith getting better as the game goes. Smith, goal!
Well, he's booted 3 goals.
They might snuff the bullies out. Stevens kicks the ball long out towards the wing. Mark taken by Grant. Plays on quickly. Powell's been instrumental. He's had about 7 possessions already. Cook! He's got the ball and he's certainly within scoring range. This is a very important kick. If the previous 2 or 3 chances were important, they went begging. Cook must kick a goal. He does. 5 goals. Chance here for West. Left it behind. Montgomery and McLeod. Chance for Dimartina. Gathers it pretty well in the finish, Paul Dimartina. Left foot kick by that player. Back towards the goal front. Punched away from Hudson. It's a free kick, is it? What for, eh? Well, you'd back Paul Hudson 99 times out of 100. Right in front, 25 metres out. Kicks for goal, and he's put it through.
Then they came within striking distance.
Possession of the ball. Away to Curley. Curley's kick will put them within scoring range. It's a Bulldog mark. Darcy has taken it. Picture of concentration. Gets onto the drop punt. Gets the distance and the accuracy. They're dead level.
That goal by Luke Darcy levelled the score with just under 3 minutes to go. But the Bulldogs weren't finished yet.
Hudson waits down. Front of the pack, Rowan Smith. Nobody in the goal square. Any score will put him in front. They lead by a point.
Seconds later, the Bulldogs had another chance to put the match out of the Crows' reach.
He'll kick another behind, because right on the line, Jamison was there.
Vardy doesn't know it.
They need a mark.
They want a mark from this kick.
No good.
Oh, who was there? Birdman. Siren! And the Dogs have won by 2 points.
Well, what a comeback for the Dogs. The 5th biggest comeback in AFL history. And what a drop-off from the Crows. Goalless for the quarter. The Bulldogs winning by just 2 points. 14 goals, 15 behinds, 99 points. To Adelaide, 14 goals, 13 behinds, 97 points. At Waverley, St Kilda was without its main stars. Robert Harvey out due to a calf problem, and Peter Spider Everett suffered. Adelaide, 14 goals, 13 behinds, 97 points. At Waverley, St Kilda was without its main stars. Robert Harvey out due to a calf problem and Peter Spider Everett suffering a bite from one of his 8-legged friends. They're restricted to the stands, the Brisbane Lions making the most of it.
Contest just outside the 10-metre line, across the body. White, he hasn't done it again, has he? He has.
Brisbane getting another win and staying on target for a finish well up the ladder. The Saints still struggling, losing 5 out of their last 6 games. The final margin, 39 points. The Lions, 16 goals, 11 behind, 107 points. To St Kilda, 10 goals, 8 behind, 68 points. Under lights at the SCG, the Kangaroos weren't about to do any favours for Geelong. Wayne Carey especially brutal.
And he does. Goes in towards the forward line once again. Harvey in the back. Watch him, he's dangerous. Was it touched?
Yep. Won't be favour.
It's a goal.
The King was in devastating form, kicking 9 goals in a best-on-ground performance. The Roos dishing out a 55-point hiding. The scores, the Kangaroos, 22 goals, 11 behinds, 143 points. To Geelong, 13 goals, 10 behinds, 88 points. Collingwood travelled to Waverley to play Hawthorn. The Magpies fired up to lift themselves from the bottom of the ladder, led in fine fashion by captain Nathan Buckley.
On the up to Buckley, on the left foot in the pocket. Nathan Buckley, you ain't bad.
46 points down, the Hawks mounted a charge. Nathan Thompson, the star.
Half-foot Thompson again, he's got it.
However, Mal Michaels' goal steadied the ship. Collingwood hanging on to win by 32 points. Final scores, Collingwood 18 goals, 16 behinds, 124 points. To Hawthorn, 14 goals, 8 behinds, 92 points. The MCG, the Carlton-Essendon match was billed as one of the best of the round. However, the Bombers quickly took control.
Watch 2 class players in action. Lloyd is the victor of this occasion with a memorable goal.
Usual defender, Dean Wallace, in solid form for Essendon.
Top of the square, hoping Dean Wallace can take a mark. Is it a mark? It is.
The veteran at the other end of the ground, kicking goals instead of stopping them. The Bombers far too good for the Blues, winning by a massive 76 points. 23 goals, 8 behinds, 146 points. To Carlton, 9 goals, 16 behinds, 70 points. In South Australia, Sydney's Tony Lockett was firing against Port Adelaide with 4 goals before half-time. Port Adelaide was a couple of points up at the long break, the clash going down to the wire in the last quarter.
Which I think contributed to it, 2 of them flying forward. It's the goal. And Port in front.
Port Adelaide holding on for one of their best wins this year. The scores, Port Adelaide 10 goals, 12 behind, 72 points. To Sydney, 9 goals, 10 behind, 64 points. In Western Australia, it was the local derby, with the West Coast Eagles playing Fremantle. Eagles veteran Chris Mainwaring playing his 200th match. The Dockers, though, spoiling the party. 7 goals in the first quarter. Tony Modra with this freak effort in the second.
Deep in the pocket, impossible angle. What a goal! What?
Modra passing 500 career goals. The Dockers posting a 47-point win, their first ever against their Western cousins. The final scores, Fremantle 17 goals, 17 behinds, 119 points. To the West Coast Eagles, 11 goals, 6 behinds, 72 points. Essendon has taken top spots ahead of North Melbourne, while West Coast is third. Port Adelaide has moved into the 8, while St Kilda needs to find some form to make sure of its spot. In the lower half, Sydney and Carlton are the 2 sides still in with the chance of making the finals.
Up towards Carey. Is this number 9? It is number 9. Well, he might just get there.
The King holding court in grand style. Kangaroos captain Wayne Carey with 9 goals against Sydney. The overall table, though, it's still Scott Cummington, Tony Modra leading the field. Matthew Richardson, Matthew Lloyd and Darren Jarman have all passed the half-century for the season.
Brad, the pair from Horsham in Victoria. Oh, what a screamer. Every contender from Glen Archer.
Burgoyne puts it out in front of Brewer. He has to run onto it at the 50. Oh, what a kick! Oh, that's a great goal.
Well, it was
was going through his mind there, Angelo Lecker.
Nothing else, man.
So big chance here for the Pies. Big Sam!
Forced onto the left foot. Bell goes long. Scott's at the back. There was a whistle. Scott will go again. Can't get there in time. The ball is going to be kept in play. Scott again. I don't believe it. He has kicked the goal.
Releases Dragosevic. Dragosevic in towards full forward. Richardson. One-hander. Clinton King to Godden. Godden's kick is a bit of an up and under. Gee, Rocker came in hard. Buckley got his foot to the ball and scored a goal! Goal of the day! Nathan Buckley! Just a little clip under there for Winmar. Robbins all taken out of it by Ormond Allen. Set up by that hand pass. A horrific clash there.
Has Harvey short. That's a great kick by Stevens to Simpson. Unloads. Capuano has a height advantage. Terrific effort at the back by Scholl. Goal by Scott. Manchester United, here I come.
And they go forward again on the left foot. That's Johnson. Village, in fact, it was.
Moorcroft. And Moorcroft, well, he does the unpredictable, and that was a beautiful mark.
Modra comes on the lead. The kick goes towards the pocket. Modra and McIntosh. Modra does brilliantly. Deep in the pocket, impossible angle. What a goal! What a goal!
Well, our time's almost up, but before we go, let's take a look at our next generation of footballing superstars from the Australian Under-18s National Championships and a few of the highlights from the Arafura Games.
Every season, the nation's premier under-18 footballers come together in a carnival, representing their state. They're put under the noses of club recruitment officers looking for the next crop of champions.
But WA have got a lot to play for. Look at leaping Leon Davis as he rips it in towards the forward line.
Taken to a different area of the nation each year, this time around in Brisbane, it was Victorian Metropolitan making it through to the final against Western Australia.
Who can control it the best? Cunningham picks it up, kicks in towards the forward line. Here's a go now for Western Australia. Corey kicks for goal. That could be the one.
Western Australians winning the title in a thriller.
He wins it. Chapman, who just kicked that goal, gets it forward. Is this the last chance for Victoria? No, it's all over. Western Australia right on the siren there, getting the kick, but first time since
The scores, Western Australia, 8 goals, 12 behind, 60 points, to Vic Metro, 7 goals, 13 behind, 55 points. There is talent emerging elsewhere as well, as proven by the recent Arafura Games Carnival, where sides from around the globe came together as they do every 2 years. It's a multicultural event in Darwin, with the common thread of football running through it. And there was plenty of skill on show. Papua New Guinea winning the final against New Zealand. 13 goals, 15 behinds, 93 points, to 9 goals, 2 behinds, 56 points.
Lots of unique talent there on display in the top end. Don't forget you can catch up on all your Aussie Rules news on the internet at www.afl.com.au. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.